Hello and welcome back to Everything Tumbler Tutorials. My name is Rebecca Escott and today I'm going to be working with a 20 straight from AB Designs. I've already cut and printed the images that I purchased from Etsy, and today we're going to make a beautiful Scrapbook Inspired Tumbler. Now I am going to show you on applying the Cricut printable vinyl two ways. One is my way, which is pulling all of the backing off. However, this can be very tricky because the printable vinyl from Cricut is not nearly as thick and sturdy and durable as regular vinyl. So the reasons why I show you two ways is because this was a little bit more tricky and it did not line up around the tumbler correctly. Now I did not bother trimming off on the heart design when it didn't line up correctly because of where I'm going to go with the embellishments. I could easily cover that up. And simply because this is very thin, I honestly did not want to manipulate it too much. So at this point, I just allowed it to fall where it may. As you can see, I knew in this moment it was not going to line up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half the backing off of the stripes design, and I'm literally going to take that and overlap the mishap on the heart design. Again, I wouldn't recommend this if you are doing any other type tumbler. But because I'm going to add the embellishments, we are going to be able to cover that up. So as you'll see, I'm actually going to roll it with one hand while keeping it nice and tight with the other. You will also notice that my lines are a hair off in the back. And again, I am not worried about that because I get to embellish it and I get to cover that up. So no one will ever even see the seam. So once you have the vinyl secure, we're ready to go ahead and take our little squeegee as well as our weeding pen, and we're just going to go ahead and rub out those wrinkles and any air pockets that might have popped up. So in doing this step, you just really want to take your time and you do not need to rub this out very hard. Now we're going to go ahead and take our Wicked Shimmer tool and we're going to trim off the top. So I want to mention that I was very shocked whenever that vinyl peeled my spray paint off. So you have two options. One is following the steps that I'm going to show you coming up, which is just wrapping the entire tumbler with parchment paper, spray painting, and then glittering, or you can use white acrylic paint and touch that up. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up with the parchment paper, and then I'm going to go ahead and spray this with white spray paint, and I'm going to come right back into glitter. Now when taping off, make sure you do not attach the tape to the vinyl itself. Here I'm just taping off the top and the bottom nice and tight just to prevent any spray paint from getting up underneath our parchment paper. Once I come in and I've spray painted it, I'm going to go ahead and use Unicorn for the top and the bottom from AB Designs. So providing that you do not need another coat of glitter, go ahead and let this dry for a good 30 to 40 minutes and then take it out and spray seal it with 2 times clear seal. Once that's dried, you're then ready to go ahead and epoxy. If you are happy with your first glitter coverage, you are now ready to go ahead and remove the painter's tape and the parchment paper. If you had any glitter sneak up underneath that parchment paper like I did, go ahead and just take a soft brush and wipe that off, and make sure you get all that excess off before you seal it. We're here ready for our first coat of epoxy, which is going to be Quick Set from Glitter Craze. So I came across these super cute collections of washi tapes from Amazon, and of course I had to purchase them. So I'm using 2 different ones, and I've got like this little deeper pink with polka dots for the top and the bottom, which I've already done. And then I'm going to take this gold striped one, and I'm going to put that right in the center. Because a scrapbook theme, it's supposed to look layered. And I also thought it was a super nice touch to the tumbler. So now we're ready for the exciting part. All of these little embellished frames and flowers I also got from the Soul Sisters collection, that I'll have that link down for you below as well, because it came with these designs for the background that I'm using. And I love the way that the frames looked, as they almost looked 3D. So what I took is I did this in Design Space, and I sliced the photo and flattened the image so that I could print them out as one. So once you have your print and cut ready, you're ready to go ahead and place these throughout the tumbler. And I decided to keep my granddaughters at the top and my grandsons at the bottom. As you can see, I went with the pink frames for the girls and this charcoal color for the boys. You will also notice how I strategically try to cover up the seam. When it comes to this step and embellishing your inspired scrapbook tumbler, there's no right or wrong. You can literally place things however you feel. Here I'm just going to go ahead and continue to embellish the tumbler. Here you will notice that I've added the Blessed decal from BAMF Custom Creations, as well as some butterflies and other beautiful flowers, just to dress this up. For this tumbler, I would not want to forget the bottom. So I chose a matching flower to go right here at the bottom, and it was the perfect size. Once you are all happy with how you've embellished your tumbler, you do not have to seal this. This tumbler is now ready to go ahead and be epoxied. So I already epoxied this tumbler once, and during that coat of epoxy, I added in Glorious, which is a glitter additive, into the epoxy mix. Here, I'm ready for the final coat. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new tutorials coming soon. I hope this tumbler has inspired you, and I cannot wait to see what you all come up with. As with any coats of epoxy, make sure you use your heat torch to pop any bubbles that you may or may not be able to see.